that Taliyah being flexed. So maybe we'll keep the possibility out there that V5 want to play around that back as we go towards second phase of bans, with the Silas getting locked in here as well. Lyric, we need top laners. We need junglers if that truly is going to be a Taliyah in the mid lane too. And there's a lot still open.
True, you're right. I guess for V5, right, that Taliyah is a flex pick coming on through. So Xiaolongbao definitely being someone who can pilot that pick. He's already even played it once so far this split. It was a win. I don't even think he died in that game. Yeah. But for RA, would like to see something that compare well with the Silas. Silas being the type of champion, right, who wants to all in and needs to look for these all-ins to be able to find winning trades. So having a strong early jungle who can emphasize that would be quite nice. On the side of V5, the fact that they get to see what RA are going to pick on 4 and then decide where the Taliyah pick goes feels like it will be a really nice plus for them. So far, though, right, their composition signaling all about the all-in. So definitely going to want to see Rich pair on something that goes quite well with that.
I just love that maybe they're thinking the same thing about that Taliyah going into the jungle, because a ban against Rookie with the Yone is maybe something we don't know.
Well, especially with the fact of RA bringing out their mid lane option first, right? That allows for the potential pivot to be able to come through in terms of bringing out a different mid laner to look for, a more advantageous 1v1. But Gwen, a pick that kind of fell through the cracks in the first series, despite, again, still being incredibly relevant, feels like it would be a decent pickup for the side of RA. It's even been Cube's most played champion so far this split.
But I'm not going to be calling it out. Instead, Loyang gets the jungle pick over Xiaolongbao. Again, we kind of get to see the cards of V5 here for their first game back with Rookie. Looking over a jungler for now. We'll just hold on that thought. But for V5 here, Lyric, a lot of all-in already built up. There's a lot of crowd control too. I just want to wait and see. I'm not going to jump into anything yet. We still have Belveth open and available. The Alawi is something that hasn't been played. I hate that the players are playing with our hearts, but nevertheless, we get more normal.
Yeah, I feel like V5 get a bit of leniency considering that they went through their first series of picks so quickly. So bringing us to this now. Again, still kind of expected Taliyah to go towards mid, now being confirmed, bringing out the Rek'Sai, just kind of one of those old school counters to Lee Sin in regards to being able to cancel that Q, being able to come through with the knockup. And now for RA, we get to see where they are looking to answer with their top lane pick. So far, having pretty decent setup to be able to play out through sides. If they were willing to opt into more scaling like the Kale, which they are going to highlight now, we'll give you the 1-3-1 with the Silas and the Kale, having ability to pressure. You already have the strong mid-jungle 2v2 with these two all-in skirmishers, and they will round out with that.
So, timer again, Lyric. Are we going to start talking about it, or is there more than meets the eye here for RA's comp?
No, I mean, right, I feel like RA's comp, like, decently well-rounded in the sense that, like, right, you have the 5v5, you have the ability to play out through the 1-3-1 as well, like we just hit on. If you could blow Rookie's flash early, I mean, Silas just has so much all-in pressure with the Abscond Duck, it would really limit his movement and then set up for Loyan and Strive to really be able to take over the map, to where I feel like V5, with champions like Amumu, Kalista, Rek'Sai, are just so heavily indexed into being able to take over this early game.
Yeah.
But for V5, that was one of their big strengths, right? Like, sure, maybe they didn't index into it as hard as, say, top esports did in playoffs, but V5, I think, were one of our, like, strongest and most proactive teams in the spring split. So now, with Rookie back on the roster, we'll see how it pans out, especially, again, with them continuing to run Xiaolongbao, despite the fact that Rookie's back.
And I want to quote you on V5, because their playstyle's always been something that's interesting. You talked about them being, not the best macro team in the past, but quoting from the document that we all have that you wrote in yourself, constantly having an idea of what they want to do. Amazing direction. That's what you say. For V5, early game direction, their transition always feels like it's on point. And even with Dream, we could say the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like V5 were one of the teams who always knew how to push the state of the game forward, right? Like, they would always get into the enemy jungle, get the deep vision down, and play for those picks. They were never a team who would just wait for Baron or wait for the next dragon to come up. If they have an advantage, they are going to force it forward and try to just keep expanding on that gold lead. So hopefully now, with Rookie coming back, V5 won't have lost the step, and they can continue their undefeated streak going forward.
Nice to see him once again. Welcome back, Rookie, and welcome to the series that welcomes him back. With RA trying to challenge V5, the undefeated team, who's only dropped 2 individual games in the LPL so far. 1 to RNG, 1 to anyone's legend. Can RA at least do the same, or finally take that first loss, or push V5 to that first loss? Now, this invade a little bit cheeky. We're like ships in the night. V5 going to be walking into this one, and Rookie spots it out first with PP God on this Amumu not going any closer. 5 members of RA walk in, or excuse me, 4, and 4 will also walk out with nothing but a ward dropped and a standard start with a ward in response from V5.
Yeah, nothing too crazy going to come out from this level 1. Just going to get standard starts coming through. We do see Rich going with the Ghost over the Ignite, so already showing us that he's playing more for those 5v5s and that mobility that he can bring out later on, rather than just, you know, indexing even heavier into just trying to win out through these trades in topside. But I expect a lot of attention to be paid down to the bottom lane, right? We have a Kalista and a Amumu, champions who have really aggressive trading patterns. PBGod wanting to find those bandage tosses in, Kalista wanting to commit for those all-ins, and then hopefully Xiaolongbao, once he does make his way back down towards this bottom half of the map, to be able to punish iBoy Yuyanja, being on 2 very squishy champions.
Yeah, you know, and coming closer to Photic and PBGod as we see a level 2 set up with a bandage toss nicely done. I think Photic and PBGod have impressed us quite a lot this split. We had a huge segment about them last time that I cast V5. Photic and PBGod have just been in control of their lane and have been someone that, once again, have done a lot better than expected, considering that this is the first year that they're playing together.
Yeah, I definitely think they've had their ups and downs, but their ups have outpaced their downs, which for PBGod, who was coming off such a rough year in 2021, I think was wholly surprising. Photic, I think, had improved towards the end of his tenure in top esports, heard and saw a lot of good things about him when he went back down to the LDL, so happy the transition was able to come forward. But right now, we're getting the invade coming out on topside.
Yeah, and Xiaolongbao, I mean, he's got such a big health bar advantage, skirting around Vision. Luyan now spotting him out, and here he starts as Xiaolongbao uses Rookie as well. A bit of a reset on the red buff, but Luyan doesn't know that. He backs all the way around his jungle, and as he continues to take the red buff outside of Vision, Luyan is not going to spot this out until right about now.
Yeah, is able to see it in the end. Luyan going to try and get back in here. Could even buy time for Strive to potentially come through with the fact that Rookie had to go back to mid. And it will. Xiaolongbao. Okay. Oh, it doesn't get it.
And Luyan getting red. That's a piece of good news. With the smite going down and Xiaolongbao just having to go back to his own scuttle. That'll be a CS differential, and Luyan is now back on track.
I will say, though, V5 did end up being able to get both Scuttle Crabs. Photic and PBGod picked up the one in the bottom lane right now, so we'll at least be able to deny that from Luyan. And when we hit on Luyan, right, it's a lot about how he plays for his own advantage. Oh, PBGod?
Very deep. Bailout great in the extended little trade here as Yuyan just survives enough, and PBGod now just going to have to wait for that pot to put him in a better position.
Yeah, PBGod fully enjoying the Amumu buffs coming through. Q mana cost going from 70 flat to 30 to 50, so you could throw that one out just a lot more liberally.
Here we go. Okay, Xiaolongbao with the flash. Yep, he's going to commit it and cube with his own, but close to being a very dead winged machine. A Xiaolongbao with the summoner trade going to be worth in the top lane.
Yeah, sad that they weren't able to finish it off. So close to being able to find that kill. Cube does have TP, so shouldn't really end up missing out too much on this wave, especially with it being a cannon wave. So we'll get up to top lane just fine. Xiaolongbao, like you said, trading flash for flash is fine, trading it for one of your laners, but for Rek'Sai, I feel like it's always a nice tool to have to be able to guarantee that you get the knock-up on a play to be able to come through, especially when we hit on that Xiaolongbao. Probably going to want to look to be able to put some pressure down in this bottom lane.
Oh yeah, I mean, this Rek'Sai wants to be everywhere all at the same time, and the Xiaolongbao coming back to this pick is impressive enough, considering that we have a stagnant pool of junglers. We do not have the new weird, you know, Flappy Bird Belveth picked up today. And Xiaolongbao goes straight for something like the Rek'Sai when a couple of options were open. So he gets my respect, Lyric, but it's about what he can do and whether it can be like the time he was on RNG. We remember back in the day, this RNG jungler had some pretty highlight moments on this champ, and it was one of his best.
Yeah, it was one of his best, but Definitely synergized with this playstyle in terms of the aggression that he was looking to bring back then. Oh, Rich.
Okay. No ulti available, but Sonic Wave landing from Lo Yen is going to set up the Tempest Cripple. No further play access as PT God's made the roam and mid in a bit of trouble. Strive and Yu Yan Ja about to get knocked hard, but maybe my concept of knocking is not there. Strive with the steal away of the Curse of the Sad Mummy way before PP God has it. And Rare Adam dealing with quite a lot in this game, but it still remains a 0-kill all.
Right, and that's a remarkable ult for Silas to be able to take. You have such an easy time of finding access in onto the backline. And heck, 4v5, since the composition is just going to be running full force at you, should set up Strive. Potentially to be able to find easy access to some of these plays. Is going to want to try and find some impact before this one does time out, though. So I'm curious to see what RA do look for, because Photic should be able to catch this wave quite easily in the bottom side of the map. And I mean, V5 don't actually have to really opt into anything right now.
They don't. Well, they might have to opt out of getting away. Curse's Had Mummy used early from Strive. As Rookie now defends against his turret. A warm welcome back from Rare Adam as Strive with a good counter play, but Rookie still battling him away. Yuya Ja helping out with the loyalty program, and that means Strive will survive, but Rookie now without his Summoner, and his Ignite goes with it too.
Yeah, Summoner's going to be down on both sides. Could potentially open up the Dragon to come out for Victory 5 right now, though, with the fact that their bot lane was able to get pushing through there. Strive, the fact that you're not able to connect with the kill once you do find the Abscond Duck is quite tragic. You committed so many members to mid, and now, with the fact that that's a wasted window, right? It just gave a window for V5 to get the push in bot, commit towards this Dragon, even getting a bit of vision down in enemy jungle so they know where Lo Yen is right now.
And we kind of have to remember that it is going pretty well for V5 across these lanes. As we look at the replay again, Strive early on the timing here, but Rookie burning the flash with instinct.
Yeah, like you said, though, the fact that so early on the timing with the ultimate, not guaranteeing the kill to be able to come through. Lo Yen not able to connect with any sort of sonic wave to be able to just give the final bit of burst needed to bring Rookie down.
Well, Strive, he's burnt the hijack, but that ultimate's going to be up and available. Note, though, for Rookie, he's got the Weaver's Wall. And if we're going to see Strive picking that one up, we're going to see mid laners start getting involved in some of these side lanes. And Lyric, you talk so much about V5 wanting to influence Photic and PP God here in this game. So far, nothing's really happened from this Rex side. And for Xiaolong Bao, he is falling behind in CS, trying for these opportunities.
Yeah, so far he's just kind of hovered and played around with Rookie so far, which, right, when you look at RA's comp and what they are able to do early, I feel like it is very much just kind of centered around mid-jungle being the only things able to find any impact on, so it's at least reading what RA can do with their options quite well, but not being able to find the punish just yet. Is Lo Yen gonna have to back off?
Takes the engage, need a little seismic shove onto Lo Yen, a good kite away from Rookie. But red buff was taken in the interim, and Strive is late to the show. A safeguard over the wall from Lo Yen, and it's right during Herald time as he backs in the brush, and Xiaolong Bao calls the bluff with the ult coming through. It's time to die. Xiaolong Bao gets his first spray, and Rookie with a seismic shove on top of Strive. A stolen ulti is all that is, as a double goes over, and this duo on fire in a quick minute.
Lo Yen basing right in front of his opponents, getting punished by Rookie and Xiaolong Bao. And, I mean, Rookie might have been gone for almost 5 weeks, but it looks like V5 have not lost a step, playing around their mid laners so well. This is going to guarantee them a Herald. And Rich.
Ulti comes through. Rich has already used all the needlework as Cube is out of mana, but range might play a factor here. As to the top side, Rookie with the Weaver's Wall. He's going to pull this timer out. The seismic shove in a perfect spot, forcing the flash from Cube. Once again, he's still got it.
Rich baiting it out beautifully, knowing Rookie has that Weaver's Wall to be able to follow through for any kills. And I mean, so far, 1.5k gold lead for Victory 5 in the early game, but they have the Herald, so you know that's going to be a gold lead that they can start escalating very quickly. Strive at least answering with something in the mid lane, but RA not finding too much for their troubles.
Trying for a response now on the bottom side, but it's on a ward. PP God and Photic play the respect, and as TP goes to the top side, just note that Lyric mentioned the Herald moments ago, so we're going to see the setup come through, but let's watch this play again, because Lo Yen, as you said, decides to back away in front of a Rex side.
Yeah, he saw them walk through, but just assuming they're making their way back down to lane, or maybe even just getting control of the Herald, Disrespectful. It is punished. Xiaolongbao coming through with the ultimate. Now has the flash back up to make sure that Strive goes down. Nice knockback from Rookie to guarantee even more CC and just make sure that his jungler gets a nice 2-0 start.
Well, he's got a serrated Turk after that, and he's got a Herald in his back pocket. We'll question him where it's going to go. It seems like the top side is the play, but Rare Adam Lyric are trying to match this one.
Yeah, with V5, okay, Rich
no
gonna
ulti.
fully commit.
Cube has no ulti here. Wondering what's going on as Loyan with a safeguard probably needed, a Dragon's Rage too. Rich with one more piece of the needlework. That doesn't fly through in the end as Strive starts moving up. Chain Lash does absolutely nothing, and I guess RA get away with it for now, and V5 stop their dive without the Herald going down.
Yeah, V5, I mean, completely pivoting towards the top side, right? And I feel like a lot of it's coming from how many times they've been able to burn Cube's Flash. Flashless right now, they've been able to punish him quite well. You already have 2 plates on top side, so it seems like V5 are like, hey, this is where we have summoners. This is where we can outright break a turret if we want with this Rift Herald. So giving some attention now. But with Dragon coming up in 35 seconds, V5 off the back of that, you know, not successful play, gonna finally pivot to maybe enabling Photic and PP God. But PP God, gotta be careful.
Handshake, great cleanse there. Ignite as well. Hostile takeover, but it's just him and the turret for now. As flashing away from the Moonlight Vigil means 2 ultis are available, but Photic, no summoners there. He doesn't have PP God near enough by as well as he wants to throw him at someone. But for RA, a worthwhile trade, as you said, Lyric, with the Dragon coming up.
Yeah, look at items already. Prowler's Claw built for Xiaolongbao, so he is
one.
huge on this Rek'Sai and trying to get some counter jungling.
Hey, come over the wall with us.
Rookie.
It's a nice place over here. PP God, bandage toss number 1, pulled out. Grabbing him on this support as well, but iBoy has no activation as Herald's going to be, Scuttle's going to be secured by RA. Dragon's still not looked at for now, but RA have a bit of vision to play outside.
Now, RA doing a nice job of being able to punish Photic in that bottom lane. Stops the aggression from V5 into bot side jungle because, you know, Photic being half HP, having those summoner spells up means it would be a little bit risky. So they wait. He's going to come back from lane now and trying to find a bit of a sneaky pick from mid lane.
With this angle, it's ready for a seismic shove. Xiaolongbao with the Prowler's Claw as well. The range is huge as they know
Strive
that
senses it though, he knows.
Yes, of course he does. Herald's going to be dropped down at the very least. Gold given over to Rookie. As even Loyan will be here, but Rookie close enough to the turret, and as he continues pushing out Rare Adam, he'll share in the bounty. So a lot of gold given over to this mid laner, who right now has a couple of assists under his name, but even in CS, even in tier here on the Talia mid Lyric is something worth mentioning. Is no ult on the top side.
Yeah, looks like Rich still kind of posturing up to playing aggressive, but look at the minimap. V5, I mean, going full stride with what we talked about earlier, right? The V5, in my mind, we're one of like the better teams at just aggressively playing for picks in the enemy jungle.
Yeah.
They're still sticking around that bottom lane. You can look at how much vision they have right now and just opening up for the Dragon to come out from Xiaolongbao.
It's going to be free by himself, taken easily. Second Dragon there too. And when we talked a little bit about comps in this game, Lyric, being, okay, V5 finding an early game lead, like getting that snowball into effect, I think it's fair to say that 2K gold lead is a nice start. 2 Dragons forces RA to be in a certain position at a certain time too.
Yeah, forces them to be ready for the play that V5 are going to be looking for. RA, though, not really having too many options in terms of what they can look at on the map right now. We kind of hit on for their early game, right? A lot of their agency really only coming out from trying to force Loyan to make plays around mid, which we saw Strive try to do earlier with the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Sadly, that one play didn't work. And ever since then, V5 have just been this kind of like chain of pressure, constantly moving between mid and bot. And heck, even right on the rotation, they've made their move up the top side so far, but not giving any angles for RA to look to punish where they're strong.
I mean, that's what we talked about. V5 always adapting to what's next. Now around Strive, Xiaolongbao still wants this mid game because a Prey Seeker connects, but it's simply to force him off of the turret. Rookie will help open it up, and that's first turret blood hit for V5, pushing gold to about 2.5k as well, Lyric. And
well, hysterics.
Mine too, don't worry.
Oh, yours too?
I knew you were going to say it.
There we go. There we go. I'm back in action at least. V5 poshing for another dive on the top side. Cube in a bit of a sticky situation with PP God, making it so he can't retreat. How's Curse of the Sad Mummy? But Strive does have teleport.
Well, I'm not going to give you the solo cast for now. I apologize if TP comes through and you don't get to call the action anyway, because iBoy and Yu want a piece of it down on the bottom side. At least now, the TP in the top side. Looks like Herald will be started as Rich is just going for it. And you're right, Rookie coming in, a bit of flavor as now Rookie flashing forward. The confidence out of this man continues as one kill going down. His return, absolutely massive. And a swift play out of the soul lanes. A victory 5. What more could you expect?
I missed having Rookie play every few days so much. Rich starting it off, knowing he has his mid laner available. Rookie had Weaver's Wall the whole time to close the distance. Didn't even need it, just running down. Does have to use the flash to be able to finish off some of those kills, but still, beautiful 2 picks coming out from the side of V5. They did play it safe on the top side at the same time as well. They started the Herald, but did back off once members of RA came to contest. But it gave them time for Cavalry to show up, and now V5 should be able to take this Rift Herald for free.
And you know, the rumor was like Rookie had been playing 107 league games within a week. I don't know how that's physically possible, but this guy's still in form as Rich, as you said, set it up.
Yeah, Rich taking so much damage. Sadly, Ultimate not able to hit coming out from Yuyanja. Opens up the kill for Rookie to come out, and then just beautiful seismic shove to make sure that Yuyanja goes down as well.
And alongside another Korean top laner, the solo lane has taken over the map. A bit of deja vu for all the old school fans out there as he'll open up a topside turret as well, and Lyric, the gold lead, moves to about 3k. Right now, RA have only opened up that bottom lane outer turret, so the map feels a little bit closed off for them, but the team that hasn't had too much agency, as we've seen around the last couple of fights.
And this game feels very stock and standard RA in terms of like, fall behind early. We don't see them link up all too much, but some plays were like tried and assessed. But still, their laner's not falling too far behind, right? We see Strive pretty much even in mid lane, Cube doing fine up towards the top side. Lo Yan's actually ahead in farm for how much time Xiaolong Bao has spent. We saw, right, traversing from mid to bot to mid to bot. So this is how RA typically keep the gold close. Still 3k behind, right? But it feels like with how much V5 have controlled the map, I mean, it's looked like a 5 to 10k lead with just how much they are dictating the action. So nice by RA to keep it somewhat close, but this game is still solidly and firmly in favor of V5, especially with Rookie now picking up the Archangel staff.
Yeah, 2 items. I want to point out, I was wrong. 107 games, I believe, in a month. Not a week. I'm a bit of a fool. I don't know how you play 15 solo queue games.
Bandage toss!
16 a day is, we get the engage. Had to clarify their Lyric as, you know, already say enough foolish things on broadcast. 15 seconds till the dragon, and with that summoner burnt from a cheeky bandage toss, Yuyanja now down to summoner, and it's in front of this dragon, which makes number 3.
Yeah, sorry, I expected the bandage toss play to be way more hype, but nothing did happen. But PB God now does have a flash, but neither does Yuyanja's Lo Yan. Trying to just brute force his way in here. We need to look at the hostile takeover. I really feel like that's RA's only real way of being able to take a fight.
Ooh,
or it's Strive. What ult can he even take?
Well, he's zoned off across the wall and needs it gone abducted. And yeah, where's the ult going to be? As PP God curses the sad mummy outright. Hostile takeover's there, Lyric, but it's late as the 3rd dragon secured, and Rich nails down with the needlework again. Cube wants to ult in the middle, but that ulti from Xiaolong Bao buys his time and space. iBoy left alone, and victory 5 with Dream, with Rookie. It's all the same. Right now looking like the best team in the LPL by far.
Yeah, V5 just completely dismantling Rare Adam. Strive, I guess, was just waiting out the Curse of the Sad Mummy cooldown, because that's really the only ult that looks like hugely beneficial to the side of RA and being able to find those fights that you want. But I mean, the fact that Silas not able to find any impact or get anything done in the team fight, Rookie, like you said, kind of pincering members in. They have to funnel into this very small choke point, which sets up PP God to find a huge engage. Rich getting straight onto the back line with some of these snips. And then beautifully, Photic and Rookie just jumping forward, getting the damage down. Looked like RA didn't even have a chance.
What more can you say? RA haven't had a chance to do much in this game. It's a 5k gold lead. It continues growing out of control. The third dragon means in 3.5 minutes, that time is set. And in this game, B5 continue to run the map, and it's nice to see that Xiaolong Bao and Rookie have that similar vibe to Casa Rookie, where as a mid-jungle duo, they're pretty much moving first. They're always in the blind spots of the jungle. And this game could be no exception.
And it's just no surprise, right? I feel like one of the strengths of Rookie, like that he's had, is just how well he's able to work with this team.
Sure.
Whether it was on IG, covering for the Shy up in top lane, making those roams, or even like working with Shun, which looked kind of rough at first when that first started, to getting it down. But I'll stop because Baron looks like it's to be committed to. Rookie and Rich both zoning quite nicely. I don't know if Loyen will be able to find a way into the pit.
Weaver's Wall comes through. Rookie sends out the whole team. Sonic Wave comes through, but they can't get near. Two-man seismic shove. Rookie's return, man. That's the only story that we need to talk about as he flashes over, looks for Cube. A close call as the threaded volley won't connect, but hey, with another angle, reality could come true as Cube has no summoners left remaining, but boy, oh boy, are RA getting pummeled by our #1 team.
Right, I mean, 7k gold lead, Soul Point at 22 minutes, Baron at 22 minutes, pushing down even more turrets. V5 just taking a commanding lead, and heck, they don't care that RA are still here. They're going to keep going.
Yeah, with the Fates call in, Photic now wants a piece of it as Cube has no ulti, and they know it. Ren for stack #1. A turn from Xiaolong Bao as he spins first. Handshake good, but the ulti dodged away from. Photic looking for the re-engage. Xiaolong Bao turning Eyeboy into something else.
Oh, that was close.
And that was close, but it was still so slick. Victory 5. I mean, this team is close to getting into playoffs, Lyric. They're heading down the barrel of a 7-0. And of course, I'm going to get ahead of myself as first kill goes down to RA, but Victory 5 right now, styling on Rare Adamant. It's not even close.
No, and this just makes you excited, right? You kind of wondered if maybe, like, there would be, I don't want to say growing pains, maybe just like a readjustment, like, hey, Rookie's back. Like, maybe we'll look a little shaky. But here, I really love how V5 did this. Have Rich and Rookie zoning out of the pit. You're going to see here as well the Sonic Wave connect onto Rich. Rich instantly comes back out from the pit when that happens, not going to allow Loyen to get in. And then the seismic shove to come out from Rookie to get damage down on the Striving Cube, takes him out of the fight. Rich following up with the needlework to find the first kill. And then Yu Yanja meets his doom at the hands of Xiaolong Bao. So V5 playing that Baron setup gorgeously, not allowing anyone to find a way into the pit.
You know, it's fun watching voting against Yu Yanja. One thing we didn't talk about is the top esports bottom lane that got remade. Yu Yanja was Photic's support. And a lot of people are like, oh man, Photic's rubbish, Yu Yanja's rubbish. And we came back to Photic redeveloping himself. It feels like Yu Yanja's kind of done the same thing over the years. They've both developed quite a lot, but I think finally, Photic's out of Yu Yanja's shadow. It was a bad shadow.
Photic has come a long way. It's even crazier to think that that was the bot lane that followed up, who was it? Ben? Loken and Ben?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Loken
indeed.
and Ben to Photic and Yu Yanja to Jackie Love, and now we got Mark.
Yeah, we do.
Ooh.
A little bit of spice, right? PP God, was that just cause? I mean, he has a Zhonya's. Maybe doesn't care as Loyen is getting snipped to death by Rich. Cube does not do enough damage. Seismic shove again. Photic heads forward. They flash onto Rookie. Yu Yanja wants a hostile takeover, which hits nobody. And V5 all survive once again with the threat of the push now gone because they want Dragon Soul.
And it also just goes back to the fact of, like, right, for V5, shorter range composition, wanting to find those fights, those kills to be able to break structures down. We've seen they are willing to dive like they were in the earlier exchanges, but they're going to back off. They're going to guarantee themselves soul, and now they can look to start up that push once again, as we're going to see in the bottom right-hand corner. Yep.
No. That's a class. That's all we can say about it at this point. So you have a Mountain Soul.
It's surprising that this game is actually longer than the first game of the day. This game has felt, I mean, it's felt V5 have been in control since minute 1.
Yep.
I mean, heck, even the only kill RA have only found in the last few minutes.
Was in the base. I mean, V5 want to end it now. This team at 25 minutes want to keep it clean. The Weaver's Wall once again flies through Iboy and Lurien on the wrong side of it, and Strive is now isolated. There's the first death as Cube ulti so early, and Rich alongside with Photic's Fate's Call are going to get perfect knockup. Yanja next on the menu, boys, as Photic even takes some of the Fountain's lasers, and with a double kill going over, pick an MVP, any MVP, but I tell you what, V5 looking even better with Rookie's return to the stage. It's a good feeling to see him back.
Dream did a phenomenal job standing in, but you cannot